And so it's kind of the first time I've ever seen them really do this. And like how horrifying it is. The kind of like big issue with Gundam is, until fairly recently, is that Gundam never kind of wrestles with its main message other than to tell you war is bad, but then it immediately says, but look at all this cool war. And the reason why I say that until recently is if you watch Gundam Hathaway, which I encourage you to go watch Gundam Hathaway, but in that film, it's one of the places where they show you how terrifying mobile suits are from like a ground perspective. And so it's kind of the first time I've ever seen them really do this. And like how horrifying it is. Even if you know that it's on your side, it's still terrifying to like be walking back to your hotel and just a giant foot the size of like 5 city buses just crashes down anywhere close to you. That's like PTSD for life. And like you have all these characters witnessing a Gundam show up for the first time ever, and they're just like, what the fuck is that thing? And they call it a white demon. And in the show, it's referred to as a white demon on the Xeon side a lot. In the Xeon thing that's actually on Netflix, it carries a lot more weight because you're sitting with these characters who are in fiction the bad guy, but that story treats as your protagonist. We weren't doing great, but it was fine. And then that white nightmare shows up and murders everyone I've ever known. Like those two kind of moments and those two things demonstrate the kind of like violence that's occurring here, and they ground the violence in a way that like I understand why Gundam is oftentimes unwilling to, but really should more often.